and very good day. I'm Juzailah Yunus would like to present a research that have been done on the title of Client's Perspective on BIM Level 2 Implementation in Malaysian Construction Industry. Alright, this is my presentation outline. I will start with introduction about BIM, and then the BIM implementation, and next we will look on the objective of this research study, the methodology, result and discussion, and lastly the conclusion. Okay, as introduction, building information modeling or BIM is put into words as a virtual design and construction as a process and practice throughout its life cycle. BIM is well-known software as well as a 3D building design, and before the real construction is carried out, the 3D building design is used to organize and visualize all data of the building. Okay, the evolution of BIM progresses in 4 levels, where each requiring various skills of people, process, and technology. Right, so this figure depicts the BIM evolutionary ramp from construction perspective, where level 0 is characterized by the usage of unmanaged computer-aided design or CAD, which uses paper-based medium for the documentation and technical drawings, while level 1 represents control CAD in a 2D or 3D format, where the corporation used industry standards such as BS1192 in the process, with commercial data managed by a standalone finance and cost management package. Right. For level 2, this is where the process involved in managing the 3D environment with parametric and commercial data maintained in different discipline tools and managed by enterprise resource planning. This is where the integration takes place at this step via a proprietary interface or custom middleware. And the last stage or level is level 3. So this level 3 signifies that industry foundation classes IFC enables a fully open interoperable process and data integration, where a collaborative model server manages the data and information in integrated BIM. BIM adoption is a gradual process that is frequently referred to as a journey. The BIM levels are checkpoints along the way, and not all levels have been thoroughly explained yet. BIM level 3 and beyond are still under development, and the government, on the other hand, set out a clear direction of development for the business by outlining multiple BIM levels and enforcing level 2. Despite the benefits of BIM, deployment of BIM in the construction industry is still quite low, where the human and technical barriers are the two factors that contribute to the implementation delays. Low level of BIM implementation were hampered by a lack of qualified employees to utilize the program, a lack of understanding of the technology, and the lack of parametric library. So there are still a number of obstacles to overcome, including cost, industry capacity, information requirements, a lack of knowledge, a lack of customer demand, and a low degree of BIM maturity, even with BIM becoming a stage agenda through Construction Industry Transformation Plan or CITP. Previous studies have discussed on the BIM benefits, its challenges, and its technical effectiveness, but no efforts have been undertaken to establish the level of BIM implementation among local construction companies. So, of this study is to analyze the client's perspective on the implementation of BIM level 2, and next to evaluate the readiness of Malaysian construction industry on the next level of BIM implementation. Alright, this study adopted literature reviews to gather information prior to the questionnaire survey. So a literature review was conducted to explore the attributes relating to the current implementation of BIM and the readiness criteria of BIM implementation among clients. Right. For the questionnaire, the closed-ended questions had been designed comprising of 3 parts, where section A is the demographic data of the respondent, section B determining the information regarding BIM infrastructure or infrastructure, in respondents' organization and their knowledge or experience in BIM. And section C, we want to get the opinion on the readiness to implement next level of BIM among the clients. So the questionnaires use a Likert scale. A total of 50 survey questionnaires was distributed to the clients in Selangor and Kuala Lumpur via mails and LinkedIn. But the selection of this method has been made due to the time constraints and Malaysian Government Movement Control Order or MCO during this study was conducted. So for the analysis, the frequency and ranking analysis were executed based on mean value and standard deviation to indicate the rank to evaluate the respondents' perspective in bringing the BIM for next level into infrastructure project. Right, this is the results for the respondents' background, where a total of 30 respondents had responded to the questionnaire. So the analysis in this figure shows that the majority of the respondents had qualification in civil engineering, okay, about 63.3%, okay, and then another 20%, okay, had a qualification as a professional engineer, okay, and the rest about 7% from architecture. So this value prove that BIM is no longer stuck in design phase and has been better in construction phase, which contradicted with the data from previous study by Osman et al. In 2020. This figure summarizes the type of company involved in this study, whereby 66.7% are from the private sector, while the rest are from the government. So the highest respondents are from the Ministry of Works, and the lowest is from the Ministry of Finance. Right. So this table represents the respondent position in the company, which show that majority of the respondents are the project engineer. Right. With 15 respondents or 50% followed by other positions such as BIM engineer, structural engineer, project manager, quantity surveyor, and the minority of the respondents are the owner and architect, and also safety and health officer. So in short, it is proven that BIM improved the communication among the construction parties. Okay, and this table shows the working experience in BIM project. And out of 30 respondents, 16.7% okay, have 1 to 3 years of experience. Okay, 33.3% had 4 to 6 years of experience. Okay, 23.3% about 7 to 9 years of experience, and 26.7% have more than 10 years of experience. So to sum up, the result of working experience indicates that BIM has long been implemented for this organization. This table shows the summarization of infrastructure and knowledge in BIM among the clients. Right. Based on the software available to support BIM, 50% of the respondents choose Autodesk BIM 360, followed by Revit, 46.7%, and only 3.3% choose other software. So this result reveals that Autodesk BIM 360 is the most common software being used for BIM's project. And in terms of hardware available to support BIM, 43.3% choose server, while 26.7% choose internet access and 30% choose network. So most respondents, okay, about 73.3%, had over 4 years duration of BIM adoption in their project, and only 6.7% had less than a year. Okay, about 20% of respondents had adopted BIM between 1 year and 3 years duration. And next, regarding to the level of BIM implementation, it shows that 6.7% are still in level 1. Okay, Okay, and then 63.3% are in level 2 and 30% are level 3. So this finding shows that our construction industry had already implemented BIM up to high level, even though it is not fully utilized in all construction projects and throughout the whole construction phases. Okay, this table represents the benefits gained with the implementation of BIM, where the finding claim that improvement in productivity due to the ease of information retrieval to the number one benefits gained for majority of the respondents, okay, with a mean value of 3.3. This is to support all project process. BIM can complete, extract, update, and or edit information required by creating a platform for communication, where the platform of communication is connecting all the practitioners and stakeholders in the project, and as long as it is connected to a database, any information regarding the project can be stored by BIM. And the next highest ranking, okay, share with the same mean value 3.2. Improve of visualization, enhance coordination of construction documents, and increase design effectiveness. In designing, BIM provides accurate quantities for building materials and components involved, which helps coordinating in the procurement process both in design and construction phases. And throughout the project life cycle, the 4-day schedule offers simplified comprehension of various requirements. Nonetheless, an acceptable visualization of working space is provided by the 3D model. And for the stakeholders to execute the construction maintenance work, it is particularly beneficial. Alright, findings in this table has proven that more than half of the respondents are using BIM level 2 and above, and that they are more than quite well in using BIM application, and this shows that the level of BIM implementation among Malaysian construction industry players has increased. And this data is contradicting with the data compared to the previous research that has been done in previous years. For instance, as stated by Osman et al. In 2021, both private and public construction sectors in Malaysia are still in low level of using BIM implementation due to the negligence of the concept. Right, significant investment is a requirement to implement BIM level 3, and extensive training of the different professionals, cost of technical experts, cost of organizing protocols and organizing a network server to store and also access the model are the costs that needed to be considered other than the cost of BIM software and hardware. Therefore, the findings in this table have shown that most of the staff in the organization in Klang Valley has been well trained to use BIM application, and they are well prepared for the next level of BIM implementation. And this means that the organization are financially available and is ready to implement BIM level 3 in their organization. Right. For the conclusion, majority of the clients are aware of BIM application and has a good BIM skill. And the clients are implementing their BIM skill by using BIM application extensively. The organizations have been prepared their staff for the next level BIM by sending them for training and through work process. So BIM is expected to be fully implemented in all construction stages and achieve level 2 and level 3 BIM maturity. Right, collaboration between construction key players in using BIM to cooperate each other would make these BIM's aims successful. Alright, with that, I'll end my presentation. This is the references that being used for the research. Alright, thank you very much. Any question or any inquiries, you may contact me through this email.